Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Indeed, if it's your first time, my name's Ruben. My wife, she's not currently present on this video, but then we are a couple and we do videos about anything as a couple. So today I'm back. I just want to share something. As you can tell from the title, just want to share the not so pretty side of marriage, or the not so good side of marriage, the things that you are basically not taught, things that you discover as you are in it, the moment you get married, your first day in marriage, then you begin to discover those things. So I just want to say this, that there's this scripture in the Bible, should be in Genesis chapter 2 verse 24, which says that, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave, to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So that becoming one flesh is what I want to talk about. It's so difficult. Like for our case, we never stayed together we never stayed together in one house. Like, the thing that we used to do only was just visiting one another, because at that time we were staying in different places. I was in another town, she was also in another town, so the only way of us meeting was just to visit, not staying. We never stayed together, until we got married. Our first day in marriage, we started staying together. So the aspect of becoming one, guys, that is the most difficult things in marriage. Like, there are a lot of things, that has to go through. At first, everyone thinks that becoming one is as easy as a statement that they shall become one flesh. Marriage is not, it's beyond the I do's. The day you say I do, a colorful wedding, the colorful lineup. The aspect of becoming one, it takes a lot of work. It takes, a lot of compromise in a sense that, for example, in a case of a lady, you have to really move out from your parents. Now, that moving out from your parents may not be easy. Like, I know for my wife, she cried on that day when she was being given to me, because it's aspect of her living where she has been used. Like, all the years she has grown from that place, she has grown with the sisters, their mother and father. I'm now living, going to stay with someone you have never stayed with, trying to learn new things, trying to be compatible. So these are some of the things that we are not taught. Like, for her, like living where she used to go to congregate, because we are both Christians. So it was a must that when we get married, she has to leave her church, basically, and join where I go. So it takes a lot of compromise in a lot of things, guys. And marriage, it's not just about me, neither about her, but it's about not being selfish. You don't have to be selfish. You have to compromise a lot of things that must be, make someone happy, like making your wife happy at the end of the day. So it's a lot of things, guys. These are some of the things that you will not be taught. And being one, it's not automatic that the day you get married, the day you say I do, then you've become one fresh. It doesn't. It's not like that, guys. You have to work through it. It's a process. The moment you get married, you start learning each other. The things that we do when we are dating, it's not basically what happens in marriage. In marriage, there's a lot of learning. You learn a lot from each other. Apart from the things you used to do when you're dating, like you have a lot of ice creams, you have a lot of outings. It's basically just, those are just the basics. But when you get married, you find that you really have to compromise in a lot of things, in a lot of areas, just to make sure that the marriage. Been married for a year and some months now, going into our second year. But we've learned quite a lot. And one thing I've discovered is that this is the reason why people get married today and a month after that they are divorced, because it's not automatic that when you get married you have become one. No, it's not automatic, and it's a hard way, guys. It's a hard way. But then marriage is nice, guys. You have to get married. Marriage is actually lit. um you have to get married anyway, but it's a process. Becoming one fresh, it's a process, and it requires a lot of work, and you must work towards it. I'll tell you one thing. There are certain things that I was taught when I was growing up. My wife was also taught certain things when she was growing up, and now those different aspects, to bring them together is what is actually so difficult. I'll give you an example. There was a day I wanted to cook something in the home. So I told her to hold on, then I'll do the cooking. So I did almost everything. So I wanted to prepare now soup, like gravy. The thing is, what I was taught how to make soup, it's not what actually my wife was taught. I know the only thing I know about how to make soup, or what you can use to make soup, apart from the onions, tomatoes, and these other greens, like you can also use soup thickeners. So the only soup thickener I know is Royco. And my wife doesn't really like Royco because she wasn't taught. The only thing that she knows that you can use is Bisto. And me, I never saw. I think few days I saw my mother use Bisto, but I've never grown up using Bisto as a soup thickener. So those are some of the things that I'm trying to bring across. Like, you are taught different things as you grow. Now, those different things, you have to marry them when you are now staying together as a couple. It's so difficult, guys. And those are some of the little things that can even bring up fights in the house. Like the way I was taught how to clean a house, how to wash, it might be so different from what she knows, basically. So those are small things, but at the end of the day, they are big, because you are staying together and you have to really find a way of, being on the same page, and, doing the same things at the end of the day. And that is a process that is so hard. That is a process that is so hard, and if you're not careful, you find that you start fighting, you start, abusing one another, verbally or physically and whatever, because of those small things that you're not taught. So you have to learn how to really manage those things, and how to go about. And those are some of the things that, you will not be taught. Like, as I mentioned about compromise, like, you have to compromise a lot of things, like a lot of things. Like, for my case, you find that when I was single, like, Friday was a day where I would, after work, probably Friday, would chill out with friends. And now it's not automatic that every Friday I can find time to chill out with friends. It's not automatic, because there are times she's not feeling okay. I have to be home. There are times she just needs myself being home, and you really have to be ready for you to compromise that. And if you're not ready, you find that you always be fighting. You want to go out to chill out with your friends, but again, also you're needed home. So that is a compromise I'm talking about. And marriage is not about yourself. Marriage is about the other person. You have to make the other person happy. You have to accommodate them, make them feel, wanted at the end of the day. So a lot of people want to be married, but they're not ready to compromise. Like, compromise, go off what you know, off what you want as an individual. You have to do things that your wife wants, basically. As a man or as a wife, you can't just be going out every day as a wife, every day or every Friday with your friends. You have to find time. And those are some of the hardest things to do and to avoid, basically. And yeah, so it's crazy like that, guys. And these are some of the things that few people will tell you. They'll just show the good things of marriage and how nice it is, but it's a hassle, guys. It's hard work. For it to work, you have to work towards that thing, you know. So yeah, that's the thing. Then one other thing is that in marriage it's very easy to lose your identity, especially if you're a lady. It's very easy to lose your identity. Like, your goals are easily what can I say? Your goals are easily, swept off. Like, you sweep off your direction. Why? Because now you have come into this home, you have to manage a house, and then uh, apart from that, you've now inherited another responsibility. Like, you have to take care of the in-laws, like, you have to make sure that people are happy when they visit you. Like, you have to visit your in-laws, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. And in the process of that, you can easily find yourself off your dreams, your goals that you've been wanting to do as an individual, equally as a man or as a woman, in marriage. But those are some of the things that you really need to find time and talk about it. And if you can find a husband who constantly reminds you of what what you've been wanting, or who can support your ideas, because very few uh ladies will tell you that they are not happy in marriage. Because why? Their goals have been like shattered, maybe because the husband does not support their ideas, or whatever, so it takes a lot, guys. And one thing is that you shouldn't forget your past. Like, don't forget your past. Constantly be in it, and always talk about what you've been wanting. It may not be achieved today, but in the long run, you'll find that with the help of your husband or with the help of your wife, you'll be able to achieve your goals. It's so easy to really shut the things down. Like, you are married, you're excited about everything, and because of the difficult part of becoming one fresh, it ends up now you forgetting your roots. And one thing for sure, for sure, is that don't don't be covered, by this thing of marriage. Like, marriage is just marriage at the end of the day. And you must not forget that you are two different people, in inverted commas, that have different visions, different goals, but again, you're working towards one thing as a couple. A lot of people easily forget. Like, if my wife says I want to go and visit my family, that shouldn't be, I shouldn't stop her, because that is actually part of her. It's because she's married to me, doesn't mean that she shouldn't, do certain things. Like, she shouldn't visit her friends, she shouldn't visit the family. No, we must always actually accommodate. Let her visit her friends, let her visit the family, let her go have fun, because again, when she does that or he does that, you find that it actually gives you new energy in marriage to do certain things together, you know. And these are some of the things that people will not tell you. Marriage is a process, marriage is hard work, and marriage is actually a good thing. It's lit, but it's a process. There's a lot of compromise. As I said, you have to compromise a lot of things. Like, the way you do things, the way you are brought up is different. Two different people coming together. Now, how do you marry that? It's not automatic that when you're married, then you're one fresh, then this and that. No, it's work. You have to work towards it. And a lot of people don't mention that, They don't. They don't, So becoming one, that's where the hard part is. Becoming one, that's where the hardest part is in marriage. A lot of people are getting married, and it's good that people are getting married, but then few are just going there to to make sure that they work together as a couple. Others are going into marriage because their friends are getting married. Others are doing certain, marrying because they saw how colorful their friend's wedding was. So let me also do that. No, marriages shouldn't be like that, guys. You must be ready. You must be ready in terms of to compromise who you are, in terms of a lot of things, certain habits, guys. Certain habits must be ready to be compromised. If you're not ready, then you shouldn't be in marriage, because it'll be a problem at the end of it. Yeah, so basically that's what I thought I should share with you guys. So remember to subscribe to this channel, and also comment down below. Let me know what's your hardest part in your dating, in your relationship or marriage. What have you faced in marriage so far? How is it going for you guys? So let's get to interact just down below in the comment section. Yeah, so see you guys. Goodbye.